Yo, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Let me turn off Say Less. I was just sitting here vibing, family. I was just sitting here vibing. Let's go ahead and get this thing crunk because I have a heck of a show for you guys today. So, again, grab your pen and paper. I am dispelling all the myths about properly structuring your LLC, how to set up your trust fund properly, the do's and the don'ts, and giving you guys some free game on how to set yourself free to where you can live life like you want to. There is no better way to do it, family, than this right here. So let's jump right off into this. Welcome to another episode of Plugged In, where I am your favorite plug, RD Muhammad, plugging you in with the information that you need in order to make you just a little bit more successful. Let me check the mic, make sure that the mic is on. The mic is on because I don't want you guys to miss none of this game right here. And this is free game. So please grab your pen and paper because I am going to be dropping you some science today that's going to make life for 2024 and all the way out a little bit smoother. Thank you for tuning in to the show. First of all, this stems off of a post that I had put on my TikTok page. And what happened, one of my followers, she was a little bit perturbed, I should say, or a little bit upset because she thought that some information was not fully understandable. Or I don't think that she fully understood the process of properly structuring your LLC. So I am going to show you guys the post, and this is not to shame the sister or anything like that. But we're going to go right off into this because this is one of the myths that's out there that keeps people from knowing how to set themselves up properly. So let me share this screen real quick. And I want you guys to see this. Now, this is not just, I don't know how this would work in other countries or people that follow me from other countries, but primarily here in the United States, if you are setting up your LLC on your own, you have to set it up. You have to be a registered agent within that state. Now, this is what I teach my clients, how to be their own registered agent. Now, and this is the thing that she posted. She said, but what y'all not telling us is you still need a registered agent when filing your LLC, being that they have to be there 24/7. If you use a virtual address and the agent you are the agent, I'm assuming you are the agent, you could get into trouble. This is a myth. Now, yes, part of this is true. When I teach my clients how to properly set up their LLC, and again, I'm going to touch on this and then we're going to move forward. Whatever state you live in, you are not a citizen of that state. Let me say that one more time for the people in the back. Whatever city and state you live in, you are not a citizen of that city or that state. You are a resident. You are a citizen of the country of the United States of America, which simply means, ladies and gentlemen, you can create and set up and establish an LLC in any of the 50 states, plus the 14 U.S. territories. The 14 territories that the United States owns, which covers Puerto Rico, Guam, blah, 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 blah. You can set up an LLC business in those territories because they are owned by the United States. The U.S. Virgin Islands. If you want an LLC in the Virgin Islands, you can establish and create one in that country. Now, in order to do this, this post was talking about being, or you have to create when you're outside of your state, the state that you live in, the state that you reside. When you create an LLC outside of that state. Now, the top three that everybody talks about all over the internet is Delaware, Wyoming, and Nevada. Yes, these are the three, basically the presidential states for you to register and create your LLC in, simply because these states have laws or a board, a committee in place that protects the small business owner with his LLC. Is outside of the court system in these three particular states. So basically what happened, a lot of people gravitate to these three states, one of these three states, because if in the event somebody tries to sue you, they're going to go down a deep rabbit hole because of the laws that are in place in those three states. Now, in another episode, I showed you guys how much it is to create and register an LLC in those three states. It is astronomically high. Now, what I tell my clients is this. Everyone who's taken my course, I've coached and set up and trained over 112 brand new business owners in the past 3 years alone. Properly set them up, have their businesses structured properly, registered with their virtual address, with their website, their EIN number, their DUNS number, and their 5 trade lines and the banks. I give all of my clients all the lowdown and the skinny. Now, when you're registering your LLC in another state, yes, you do have to have an address in that state. This is why we go through the United States Post Office. iPostal is my most favorite one. That's my go-to. Is iPostal. It's only $10 a month for you to own an address in another state. Now, if it's through the United States Post Office, ladies and gentlemen, which is a United States federal entity, this is a part of the federal government. And if the federal government allows you to purchase an address in another state that you don't live in, you're not breaking any laws. Myth, ladies and gentlemen. You can't own another address in another state. You don't live there. Yes, you can. Through the United States Post Office. iPostal 1 is the United States Post Office's, it's a sub website or a sub branch of the United States Postal Service, but it is through the United States Postal Service and the United States Postmaster General. This has been done for years, ladies and gentlemen. Years. Now, depending on what state you are setting your properly registering your business in, you have two options. You can hire and obtain a registering agent within that state, or you can do it yourself. So what this sister was saying was, she was saying, if you use a virtual address and you're the agent, you could get in trouble. Now, let me break this down and stop right there. If you are the registering agent, inputting all of your business information, your business address, your EIN number, your business name, who is setting the LLC up, If you are the registering agent doing all of this, how could you get in trouble? The information comes from you. So whether you get a registering agent, you're still going to have to give that registering agent all of the information that you can very well implement and put in, upload yourself. So, how can you get in trouble when the information is coming from you? Myth. This is one of those things to where maybe this sister here, somebody tried to walk her through this. Now, I don't know. She's never taken my course, but she follows me on social media. So I don't know who she was got the information from, but it sounds like they left her without a lot of information. Now, yes, there are influencers out there. They will drop breadcrumbs. Now, that's not to say that the breadcrumbs that they drop is incorrect, but they don't give you all of the information because they want you to, it's what they call upselling in the business. Well, if you come in and buy this course right here, this is the entry level course. It's done all over the internet where you come in for this master class and then they do a whole bunch of song and dance and give you the history and they give you the whole bio for an hour. And then at the end of that, they tell you, well, oh, for $5,000, you can come in and we're going to coach you. No, I don't do that, ladies and gentlemen, because it wasn't done to me like that. Now, some of you have heard my story. You read my book. You know what I went through. I was in the right place at the right time, and I was trying to build my business. And my coach saw what I was trying to do, and it was the lack of information that I didn't have that was costing me a lot of time and a lot of money. Even the book called Bible says the people suffer because of lack of knowledge. It's not the lack of money, it's the lack of the knowledge. Money is easy to make, ladies and gentlemen. Money is easy to make. But it's the knowledge of what you want, what you're going to do with it once you start making it. So again, what this sister was, I don't know what she was alluding to, but it seemed like somebody left her out there on the limb and didn't tell her how to apply as her own registering agent, or they misguided her with information and she uploaded or typed in something wrong. Now, in my training course, I am right there on the internet because I set up all of my clients on a Zoom. So we're one-on-one. I can see what they're typing in on their end on the computer, and they can see what I'm typing in on my side of the computer. Simple. This is what a good coach does. Make sure that you put in all of the correct information, because in this space, you're already dealing with people that have never heard a lot of the information that we give them. And a lot of times it sounds far-fetched, because for the longest of time, when I first started, I thought that just those 3 pieces of paper that was hanging up in my shop. Now, this was back in 2000, 2001, 2002, when I first opened up my first shop. I thought that those 3 pieces of paper that was hanging up in the Dollar Tree plaques, picture frames, what says that I was in business. No, 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 no. That's just your city, your city, county, and state licenses. That just gives you permission to sell products or service in that city, state, and county. But if your business is not properly incorporated, you just have extra earned income. And there are a lot of people that believe that. They believe that they have a business because they have those 3 pieces of paper. That just says, no, you owe the city taxes, the county taxes, and the state taxes, and you can operate legally in the business, but you are not properly registered until you're either an LLC, a CO, an INC on those levels. So But we've been taught and led to believe that we have a business, but we just are filing extra earned income. And it throws us in a higher tax bracket. And the majority of your business owners, this is why they go out of business in under 3 years, especially brand new businesses, because they don't know that they are already in that higher tax bracket and they're not making the amount of money that they should be making or having the amount of money that they should have. This is why it doesn't matter what coaching person that you fall up under, but you want to make sure that the coach is giving you good information and is walking you through the process step by step, as well as explaining it to you. So yes, when you're setting up and registering your business in another state, yes, you want to have a virtual address. You do not want to create a business and put your home address on there, especially when you're dealing with the banking institutions. Because when you go in and talk to Mr. Banker and you're saying, yes, I have my own business and blah, 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 and this right here, what they're doing while you are waiting out there in the lobby, they are Google searching your business. Mhm. And if a residential address comes up as your business's location, if it pulls up a single family home in a resident, the answer is going to be automatically no. It throws you into the category of high risk. And a lot of times, these banking institutions don't take you serious as a business owner. Even, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something else. Even if you're using your personal phone number on your business and you're putting that on your forms and you're filling out these forms in the banks and you're filling out these forms with the loans and things like this and the credit cards, and you're trying to get your business credit established, and your business phone number is the same as your personal phone number, is going to be a no. We've talked about this already in past episodes. If your email address ends in yahoo.com, gmail.com, AOL.com, whoever.com, is going to be a no. If you don't have a website, it doesn't have to be this multi-page complex website with a whole bunch of stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, I teach my clients this. Minimize your spending on the front end so you can maximize your profits on the back end. You can create a beautiful website with just one page. That one page website can have a carousel. You can upload that carousel of the products that you sell or the services that you offer. You can upload that on that carousel and just let it be spinning around. So, like with my t-shirt business, you can see all 50 plus t-shirts on that carousel. And when you see one that you like, you click it. And then it stops the carousel and then it takes you right over there to the size, the color, and the pay and the price. One page. People in today's time, in this microwave society that we are in, people don't have all day to surf a big, huge website. They don't. You can give people product overload or information overload, and they'll lose interest. Short, sweet, and to the point. Boom, that's it. Because the longer that they are on, it's just like when somebody goes to a store. They know they want to buy an outfit, right? If they stay more than 15 minutes in that store, if they try on more than 3 outfits in that store, the odds of them walking out of that store not buying anything is in the 80 to 90 percentile. The longer they're in there looking, and they see something and they just keep talking to themselves. No, that ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't it. This don't fit me right. They done spent too much time in there. This is why those salespeople come to you real quick because they know the time. Time is so important in the world of business, in the world of sales, and everything else. And then when that person stays so long in that store, they start clock watching because if they have to be at an event at 8 or 9 and it's 6:30 and it's going to take them 15 minutes to get back home and they still haven't bought nothing, they'll just walk out and be frustrated. Same as it is, especially in online. The average attention span for people online is 3 seconds. If I don't capture your attention in 3 seconds, make you stop scrolling, click onto the link, and buy something, I've lost the sale. 3 seconds, ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have to grab you. So when you're selling products and you, especially online, now let's get back to over here to the myths because I don't want to go into the weeds too far. But this right here with being your own registering agent, do not let that stop you. Yes, you want to be your own registering agent. Why? One, you save that money. You don't have to pay somebody money to enter data or enter information that you know. So how can your business get in trouble when you are the one inputting the information? Now, one thing that you want to keep in mind when you are your own registering agent, and this is I'm giving y'all some free game. When you are creating and setting up these LLCs, there is a such thing called separation of entity. You don't want to list yourself in that LLC as the owner on paper. Never list yourself as the owner. You, the registering agent, yourself, you want to list yourself as a job title. Ooh, well, wait a minute. It's my business. Listen, we've been mistaught. We've been miseducated. We have been taught all our lives to put your name on something and own it. This is where we're getting into the good stuff. This is where we're getting into the good stuff. When you put your name, your personal name on anything and your social security number on anything, ladies and gentlemen, that makes you liable for all of the taxation. Wealthy people do not operate like that. Look at it. All of these mansions and boats and yachts and airplanes that these rich people own, they themselves, their name is not on anything. The business owns it. This is your first line of defense and protection from overtaxation. If your name is on it, you're responsible for all of the taxes being paid on it. So as it is when you're setting up registering your LLC, you list yourself as president, or I didn't set myself up as a CEO and all of that stuff because I'm not caught up into the titles. Titles don't mean anything to me. I listed myself as a managing member. Now, I also tell my clients, you don't never have to worry about lawsuits if you are providing a good product and a good service. If you're giving good service and a good product in your business, why are you worried about lawsuit? Only people who are worried about cheating the people have to worry about stuff like that. When people order my t-shirts, now luckily I have gotten out of hand making my own products in-house. I outsource it. So when people go to my website and they buy a shirt, I'm not sitting there pressing up all of my merch. I'm not. The link to my website goes to my manufacturer. They get the order, and I get a check every month. It's a win-win. I don't have a whole lot of inventory that's crowding up my space. I don't have to worry about going to the post office or UPS or FedEx shipping anything. See, we have to, that's myth number two. Only people who are into micromanaging are still into that frame of thinking of, I got to put my hands and make everything. I got to, no, you don't. Because again, let's go back to time. Time is the world's most expensive commodity. There will never ever be another April 1st, 2024, 7:26 p.m. ever again. Will there be another April 1st? Yes, but not 2024. Never, ever again. So, what you do with your time, especially as a new business owner, you should not be putting all of that pressure on yourself to put your hands into everything. You have to learn how to outsource, delegate, and teach and coach the people around you. Now, if you are a one-man shop or a one-man army, cool, fine. You put your attention into the designing of the product, and then you outsource it to somebody else. They make it, print it up, ship it, and then you still making the money. And you don't have to worry about having a house full of inventory. Now, if you have a service business, that's a little bit different because you are physically providing a service. But at that same time, too, you shouldn't be the one going out there buying all of your products or whatever materials you're using. So, myth. So, when you're becoming your registered agent, ladies and gentlemen, you know all of the information. Don't trip and don't let that put you in a hiccup spot to where you are not registering and properly setting up your LLC. Now, the second part I want to talk to you guys about is changing your assets. And I touched on this a little bit. In this space that we live in this business world, again, you do not want to own anything. However, you want to control everything. Let me say that again. In this business world, you do not want to own anything, but you want to control everything. Well, how do you do that there, Robert? Since you missed the plug and you plugging us in with the information that we need, let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Anything that's in your personal name, we already covered that. You are personally liable and responsible for paying all of the taxes. If the house is in your name, you pay a thing called property tax. If the car is in your name, not only do you pay sales tax, you pay tax on the tag, you pay taxes on the insurance, you pay taxes on the car note. If you have your cell phone, you're paying the bill and the taxes on that. You responsible. Now, if you miss one, guess whose credit it affects? Yours. If the IRS ever comes a knocking, again, if you're doing shady business, then you need to worry about them. But if you're not doing any shady business, I don't worry about the IRS coming and knocking for me. One, I've been playing this game long enough that I'm covered from the rooter to the tutor. From A to Z, I'm always covered. Always protect yourself. CYA, learn that in the military. But my business my trust fund owns everything. I don't own nothing. I make a joke about this when I'm coaching my clients. I don't even own this shirt. I don't own these glasses. I don't own this microphone. Robert Muhammad does not own anything. My business does. They just let me use it for the promotion and the marketing of my company. Well, the company that I work for. Hmm? For the company that I work for, because I am not the owner. I'm the managing member. I just manage this stuff. Again, don't own anything, but control everything. And being that I am the senior manager, have access and control. I have been given control to manage and everything. Now, there are a tier structure that you want to set this up on. You want the trust fund to own everything up under it. Now, most people, when you know how to do this, let me get off of this and stop sharing this page. Most people, when you know how to do this properly, your trust fund is at the top. Then you have um, which your trust fund is your bank. I don't get bank loans. I go to my trust fund because my trust fund houses all of the money. So then I have a managing company or holding company. The holding company acts as a go-between and liaison between the trust fund and my managing company. So you have trust fund, holding, managing, and then all of my other businesses are up under that. So now every month, my businesses roll up a management fee to the management company. Who owns the management company? Not on paper. But then the management company rolls up a monthly fee to the holding company who holds all of my assets. Then the holding company rolls up a monthly fee to the trust fund that funds the bank. Now, the trust fund owns everything under it. So, when you properly set this up, nothing is in your name. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, you, the individual person, the one that has to focus on the business, is not liable and responsible for anything. This is how people, if you go back and remember, during the presidential election, and they was trying to, and regardless of whatever your politics is, Republican or Democrat, it don't really make a difference. The point was, they was trying to get at Trump for telling him he don't pay taxes. This is how the wealthy do it. When you don't own anything, you don't have to pay any taxes. And when you don't earn any money, you don't have to pay taxes on money that you didn't earn. You only pay taxes, ladies and gentlemen, on earned income. That's basic consumer math, high school level. If you didn't earn any money, you can't be taxed on it. So now, how do you live if you ain't earning no money? Me personally, I don't earn any money. The business funds my livelihood according to the contract that was written up. Remember, checks and balances. What's done on the left hand, the right hand has to validate and stand up under that. This is how you protect yourself. So my contract stipulates that the business can't pay me what I am worth. So what they do, they take care of all of my living expenses. They take care of my livelihood. My business buys my groceries. My business pays my utilities. My business pays my rent. The business pays my truck. The business buys me clothes. The business does everything. All I have to do is make money for the business. Now, think about that, ladies and gentlemen. If you had somebody to pay for Everything in your life. What do you need money for? You debt free. You don't owe anybody. What do you need money for? I just need to have money in my pocket. Just what if? What if what? You have somebody that's paying for everything, and it's not affecting. So if all of my because anything that you own under, again, anything that you own under your name is a liability. Let's just say you just went out and bought a brand new car. You put gas in it, you have the oil changed on it, the tires rotated on it. Anything happens to that car mechanically, you have to get it fixed, and you are taxed for it. And you're under the pressure of not missing one payment. That's a lot of pressure, ladies and gentlemen. That's a lot of pressure. And now here's the catch. All of that money that you put into your car, you don't get none of it back. Ooh, add that up. Add that up. Add that up. Just in oil changes, if you did a standard oil change every 3 months, every 3,000 miles, that's $8,640 that you spent in a year just in oil changes. Now, somebody please tell me, couldn't you use $8,640? That's just in oil changes. We haven't even gotten to how much gas you put in that thing. And especially if you got an SUV. Now, here in Florida, gas is $3.74 a gallon, and you're not getting nothing back. That's because it's under your name. God forbid you get in an accident and you wreck it. Huh? All of that money you paying in the insurance, where they have made it mandatory for you to have insurance now, you got to have insurance. Total up your insurance monthly payments, and then please tell me that you can't use that money. We have been mistaught and miseducated, and we have been led down that path deliberately, because what it does, ladies and gentlemen, it keeps you on the hamster wheel to now you have to have and keep a job forever the rest of your life. You become a slave to the system. You can't live free like God intended for you to live when you are constantly stressing and worrying about bills. Think about all your power bills and gas bills. And these are necessities: power, gas, and water. Necessity bills, your utilities. You got to have this every month. And you're spending this money every month and you don't get nothing back for it. Think about that. So, what we do, regardless of your financial bracket, your situation, whatever financial bracket you're in. Now, I'm no millionaire. I'll be the first one to tell you that. But I live good. I live free because I don't have any debt. I don't owe anybody anything. Now, what does that mean? We play the game that the wealthy and the rich play on. This is what I teach all of my clients. Play the game on your financial level and watch how your life will change. Now, again, it sounds far-fetched. It sounds like, man, I ain't never heard of that. Of course you never heard of it. It was never intended for you to hear it. It was never intended for you to hear it. This is why the rich stay rich and the poor stay poor. But they will have us arguing back and forth over fantastic foolishness and things that don't mean jack while they steady getting money. If you're following along with any news platform or even on social media, look at, ladies and gentlemen, whenever there's something coming up about the money and the wealth, especially in the United States of America, there's always a distraction that happens simultaneously at the same time to get the poor focused on the mess. Now, you'll be surprised the number of people that's not even tuning in to this podcast that can change your life with just information, but they are following what is happening with Sean P. Diddy Combs. Let me tell you something. Puff Daddy don't know you. So why are the masses of people fascinated with what is going on in his world? Distraction. You'll start to become richer when you drown out the noise and the distractions. When you start paying attention and playing the game on your level, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, just in oil changes, you can't tell me that you could not have benefited if you had been able to get back $8,640. But the poor, the masses of people, they so excited about them little $2,000-3,000 that they got back on income taxes. And that ain't no money. And then what happens every year around income tax, ladies and gentlemen, everybody has a mass sale going on. A big, huge sale because they know people, middle class and lower class people, they get that money and they can't help themselves about blowing it and spending it. I can only imagine how much retail America made just last weekend for Easter. Grocery stores too. Grocery stores sold more hams and black-eyed peas. Like people don't eat black-eyed peas every day all year. But it's just something about that ham and black-eyed peas on Easter Sunday. Oh my God. And how many people bought new outfits and clothes? Distractions. When you time it out, ladies and gentlemen, there's a major holiday every 2 to 3 months. So all of the money that you're making and saving up, here it comes. Now, there's 2 times, and you can look this up on your own, and then we're going to close the show out. 2 major holidays out the year, 3 actually, 3 major holidays out the year that the most people spend money on, and that is Easter, Christmas, and Mother's Day. Mm. Don't take my word for it. Go back and research it for yourself. Just Google how much Retail America, the clothing stores, made just this past weekend from the number of people that went out and bought brand new outfits. Like you don't already have clothes in your closet, but Easter is a special day. You got to buy something new on Easter. And then when you start researching that and going back down the history of that's nothing new. They've been doing it since the inception and the creation of Easter, all the way back into the Roman time days. We got to break ourselves away from the matrix, ladies and gentlemen, and this is how we can do it. So listen, if you guys are interested in setting up your business, setting up a business properly, getting it registered, setting yourself free, living life on your own terms, and living it how you want to, you guys can always hit me up at robert@bookrdmonline.com. See, I don't tell nobody anything that I don't do myself. See, my business doesn't have that gmail.com. You got to pay attention to how the system and how the game is played. All you have to do is reach out to me. And this is a one-time thing. And I never really give my number online. But I'm going to give you contact information on how you can reach me. If you can't hit me up in the emails, which you should be able to. All you got to do is punch it in. But the business number, and this is funny because I don't even call myself. 256 4599448. That is the business line to RDM Business Group, 256-459-9448. And all you have to do is ask for me, Robert Muhammad. I'm going to walk you through the process, set you up right now. I'm still currently running a special. I haven't even stopped running that special. It's $67 for me to teach you the game. Now, if I understand people say they don't have time, I ain't got time to learn and blah, 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 blah. Can't you do it? Yes, if I do it, remember what I said, time is the world's most expensive commodity. So if I am going to utilize my time to establish and set up your dream, that is $267. Still $800 cheaper than Ink Files, Legal Zoom. They charge you $1,000 to $1,400 to set your business up. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not getting rich because I understand that there's enough money out here for all of us to eat. Trust me on that. It's enough money out here for all of us to eat. Regardless of whatever business you want to set up, establish, and create, the business hours are from 9 to 4 Eastern Standard Time. So hit me and send me the email, and then there's a calendar, Google Calendar is attached to that. So all you have to do is establish what time that you want me to call you back for your meeting. Please be at that meeting when I call you back, and you need pen and paper, and provide me with an email. I'll send you the invoice, which is your first write-off. Anything that you spend in the course of your business, especially business education, is fully tax deductible. So that $67 or $267 is a write-off in your business. So you're not losing anything. You're getting the money back. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why I'm the info plug. And this is why I give you the information that you need in order to make you just a little bit more successful. Now, tell a friend, tune in. I'll see you. Peace.